Two mics, two idiots with their own opinions. This is Rush the Court, where it's not an analyst show, it's more of a fan show. I'm George.
I'm Christian.
And we're just here talking about the world of sports and what we think is really going to go down instead of analytics, proposing wrong ideas. So, what's up, Christian?
What's going on, dude? How are you?
Pretty good,
Hanging in there?
A lot of shocking shit since last episode has happened, especially with the Stanley Cup and the NBA Finals. So, let's steer towards Halliburton and his Pacers stealing Game 1 from OKC. How do you feel?
I kind of called it in our last episode. I said the Pacers were going to get Game 2, but instead they decided to get Game 1. I would not think that they were going to win Game 1 over there in OKC. We talked about how it was going to be a really tough environment to play in, and it was a really tough environment to play in. But yeah, I'm shocked. I mean, they keep doing this shit where they decide to go down 10 points with 3 minutes left, or 15 points with 3 minutes left, or whatever the hell they keep doing, and they want the audience to think, like, we're fucked. We have no chance of winning this game, and then Neesmith decides to start shooting the rock at 50%, with under 3 minutes left.
Ridiculous.
It's actually stupid. And then of course, Halliburton keeps shutting people up, and he keeps making these plays out of his ass. I mean, it's ridiculous. But I know Stephen A's been talking, everybody's been talking, saying Hallie's not a superstar. Bro, it's all bullshit. That dude's a superstar. He's got 4 game-winning shots this playoffs, and the most recent one obviously being in Game 1 of the finals. So, I mean, I'm shocked, but I'm not surprised, if that makes sense.
No,
I'm definitely not surprised. I mean, it's a hard-ass basketball team. Hard nosed, they play really hard. So, I'm not surprised. I'm looking forward to the Game 2.
I mean, last podcast I said it was going to be more of a college environment. And I was watching a game. OKC was just absolutely dominant for the first 3 quarters, and then the whole fourth quarter before there was 2 minutes left in the game, OKC dominated the whole thing. But it was a college environment. I mean, in college basketball, the game's never over until there's no time on that buzzer left. So I think the rest of the way it's going to be the same way. This series is going to be more of a not how you start, how you finish type of series. So I'm just really looking forward to how OKC bounces back, because they're a team that I feel like they watch film, they do homework, so that they're just prepared to challenge you. And I'm just ready to see what happens with OKC. It was just a shocking game yesterday.
I mean, it's absolutely insane. The Pacers, I feel like their game plan is to just stay in it until the fourth quarter at this point. It's kind of like the Knicks at the same time. It's bro, the Pacers, didn't play out of their minds for 3 quarters, but they stayed within 15, 12, 10 points. And then they decided to, actually, show up.
Yeah. I
mean, credit to them, dude. It's a tough place to play. It's an even tougher place to win.
Yeah.
So, shout out Indy. I'm excited for Game 2. I'll tell you that one.
Don't worry, Danky. They'll bounce back.
Yeah, bro. Sorry, Danko, but you guys need to get 2. Because if you go down 0-2, if y'all go down 0-2, it's not going to be it's not going to be good for you guys.
Yeah, Cambridge is going to be insane. So,
it's going to be tough to play.
Do you know it was a rough environment?
What?
Stanley Cup Game 1.
Yeah, I mean,
the Oilers, bro. Edmonton was fucking rocking.
I mean, Edmonton, dude, playing up there is absolutely no joke, especially if you're a team who hasn't been in the Stanley Cup Final or actually hasn't won a cup since 1990. I mean, just going through social media and looking at their fans, they are fucking nuts.
No, they're ready. They want cup.
I mean, it's not even that they want this cup; they need this cup. That city needs this cup.
Yeah,
and even better,
Canada needs this cup.
Canada doesn't want a cup.
Since 93. Since the Canadians. Since 92.
Yeah, since the Habs won. That's the last Canadian team to win. I mean, it's really been a long time coming for Canada. I mean, I'm rooting for Edmonton.
Same.
Really hoping that they show up the rest of the series. I mean, Game 1 was fucking awesome, man. I mean, shout out Leon Draisaitl, man. Had the first goal.
That game had everything you wanted in a hockey game, though.
It was awesome. Awesome. Draisaitl, I think. Draisaitl scored the first goal a little bit over 60 seconds into the game, and then obviously ended the game too. I mean, was an overall outstanding player. You know, we said that Draisaitl was going to have to show up if Edmonton wanted to win this series, and
Yeah.
you know, Draisaitl showed up, man. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
But
he's a stud.
even with Draisaitl showing up, you could just tell Connor McDavid is still him. Like, he made a couple plays, and, like, yeah, he didn't record any points or anything, but, like, he just imposed, like, that he was a threat on the ice, and, like, the stats might not be there, but Connor McDavid, too, had a great game. Same with Tkachuk, great game. Brad Marchand, like I called, who I said was thirsty for a cup, he scored a goal. Unfortunately, fortunately for me, the Panthers lost the first game. But do you think Connor McDavid still has a Conn Smythe opportunity for the rest of the series, or?
I mean, yeah, dude, it was just game one. All he needs to, I mean, also like, how many points did he have in one? He had the assist, he had the assist in overtime.
Okay, so he had one.
But you know, the way I look at it is this: like on their power play, like obviously Draisaitl and McDavid play together.
Yeah.
Like this is gonna open up more for Connor because obviously they know Draisaitl is an amazing hockey player.
Yeah.
But now they're not going to give Draisaitl any leeway when he's on the opposite side of the net.
No.
So it's going to open up more for Connor to get direct shots on net. You know, he could open him on the left side of the ice.
Connor's also going to take what the defense. He's great at taking what the defense gives him and some. So, like, just giving him, if he sees open ice, he's going to attack it. He can score from literally anywhere. So
yeah, I mean Connor. I mean, just watching it, Connor started that entire offensive play. I mean, I guess like Edmonton's style of trying to score on a power play is literally start off the puck with McDavid in your defensive zone and literally just send everybody the hell up.
Yeah,
and hopefully Connor just outskates the entire team, which happened. Outskated and outdeked the entire team, passed it back, and then got it back. Ended up to be behind the net. Played it from behind the net. And swung it to Draisaitl on the opposing side. I mean, that's easy for him, dude. He's the best player in the world for a damn reason.
Alrighty, so what do you got with the finals so far? With both finals, like what do you find more entertaining right now, the Stanley Cup or the NBA Finals? Given that we had two absolute amazing finishes, two shocking finishes, what final would you rate higher than the other right now?
I mean, regardless, like I love basketball. Don't get me wrong, but hockey is so much more entertaining.
Okay.
I mean, like, just, like, watching, like, the forecheck that entire overtime period, like, Edmonton constantly pressuring Florida. It's just constant entertainment the entire time. And, like, even, like when one of the teams is, like, in the other team's off zone, like, they're just passing the puck around. Like, that somebody could take a shot at any moment. Like, you have no idea. And, like, each kick save that the goalie makes is always, like, you're always on your toes. Like,
yeah.
Like, always, like, oh, my God. And, like, there's, like, you can constantly have a reaction to that. It's a way faster paced game. Basketball's fast-paced, too. You have the two highest-scoring offenses in the league. So I think both finals are great for their respective sports. So, like the rematch from last year for hockey is awesome. We saw in Game 1, man. I mean, if that's Game 1, what's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 going to be like? Shit. Because you already know that this series is going to go to 5 or 6 and hopefully a 7. Like you can already tell that. With this Pacers series now, I still am sticking to my gut, and I still think the Thunder are going to win in 6.
Yeah.
But the way I looked last night, dude, and I said this too, I said Carlisle's defense wasn't going to stand down, and they didn't stand down, dude. Yeah, they pressured the last 5 minutes of that fourth quarter, and look what happens when you play good defense.
I mean, but Rick,
good things happen.
With that defense, though, like what I saw throughout the whole game, I get it, but I'm still riding high with OKC in 5. Like, they looked completely dominant the first 3 quarters of the game. I think they had a hiccup, like a hiccup quarter, whatever. Like you said, the Pacers, their motto is like hanging in there when shit's not going their way, whatever. But Oklahoma, like the way they played and the way they just get to the rim when they want, get open shots when they want. I think it's still Oklahoma in 5. I think you had one rough quarter. That roster is also I think it's shallow on experience. I mean, Hartenstein has deep playoff experience. Caruso, he's just in the league. He knows how to compete in the league. I mean, that team in itself, the core of that team doesn't really have deep playoff run experience. I mean, Shea, I don't.
No, they're very young. They're very young.
So I think that was just a wake up call. Like, yo, you're in the NBA Finals. Like, wake up.
I also think for Indy though it helps like Siakam won one with Toronto in I think
Yeah.
2019. So like
That's
definitely
yeah.
having like that like NBA veteran like leadership, like a guy who's been in that position who's won. That's
And
definitely
knows
at the
what he's
Pacers'
and knows what
advantage.
he knows what it takes. I think that's what OKC's lacking, but I think that game was like a wake up call for their young core to be like, all right, this is the NBA Finals. We got to go out and we got to play every second of every minute. So I'm still riding high Thunder in 5, but yeah, I mean that's all I got right now.
I don't know. I truly think that I think OKC is gonna win 2, but I do think Indy's gonna win 3. But then I think OKC's gonna figure it out and win
Yeah,
4, 5, and 6. I mean,
by that point they should.
but at the end of the day, like if Halliburton keeps playing like this, especially with the way he passes the rock, dude, and like if they keep shooting the way that they shoot, I don't know,
No,
man.
they don't miss. The Pacers just don't miss. So I mean, OKC they do rotate. I saw Dort on Halliburton quite a lot yesterday. I think that's going to be the matchup to
I
look
agree.
forward to. I saw Dort on Halliburton. And I was like, yeah, OKC does their homework, and like Dort's down for the assignment. It's not like he's, like you see like a couple of these matchups, and you're like, why is he playing him like this? No, like he's like on him like glue. But like it's gonna take all of it. It's gonna take Chet. It's gonna take Shea. It's gonna take Dort. It's gonna take J-Dub. So I'm excited to see what else happens.
He wasn't on Halliburton that last play of the game though.
Yeah, last play. I mean, I get it. The first 3 quarters, the matchup to see was Dort and Halliburton, and how Halliburton was gonna take on Dort. But now you just gotta see what happens in the next 4 more games in 2, 3, 4, and 5, and I still think the Thunder got it in 5. It was a hiccup game. Like there were some plays leading up to it, like Siakam's foul call before going out of bounds. That was a huge turning point in the game. Like the free throw battles going back and forth during that game. It happens. Sometimes you lose those like free throw mind games, but like I'm still riding on OKC in 5.
We will see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We will definitely see.
All right. Do you know what speaking on shit we were predicting? Like I just want to highlight we're not analysts and we predicted pretty much what's gonna happen. Like I don't want to jinx us.
I predicted what's pretty much going to happen.
You predicted what's gonna happen.
You didn't do shit.
Do you know what I predicted though?
What did you predict?
Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers dealing with a diva. That's what I predicted. Aaron Rodgers agreed to turn. You know how I read it in the post, and this makes me so happy. I read in the post that Aaron Rodgers agreed to terms with the Steelers. The Steelers didn't agree to his terms. He agreed to the terms of the Steelers, and that's why I got so happy. So Aaron Rodgers is Steelers quarterback. That answers your question. DK is going to get the ball thrown by Aaron Rodgers. And
Pretty solid.
I'm not shocked. I
No,
mean,
dude, this has been projected for months.
maybe I'm not in the loop. I didn't hear anything, but given, like Aaron Rodgers and who he is, and like we said it, he's a diva, and the Steelers deal with those. So, I mean, I'm not shocked. I think they have the offense to do it. They had Justin Fields in the backfield running that offense. Then they had Russell Wilson running that offense. 2 quarterbacks with 2 different, skill sets, and both of them succeeded. So, I mean, they had Ben Roethlisberger, who's not really much of a runner. He's more of a pocket quarterback, and it's the same offensive system. And that's what you're dealing with right now in Aaron Rodgers. So, I think they're in a good position right now.
They'll be all right.
Yeah, they'll be fine. But I don't know. What do you think about Aaron finally finding a home?
Like I said, I mean, like NFL Live and like ESPN, like they've been projecting him going to the Steelers since like March. So, I mean, congrats to him. Obviously, found a team that actually wants him. I mean,
You think they'll put up with any of it? Like,
what happened?
you think they'll put up with like any of his crap?
Dude, it's the Steelers. They've dealt with some of like the most like ridiculous like bullshit athletes like ever, bro. Like I keep on saying this. They dealt with Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
Roethlisberger had his own shit going on. Roethlisberger had some stuff. Dude, like they've dealt with some BS.
But like, does it come to a point when the Steelers like management and like it's got to come to a point where it's like, all right, like we need some sane people in this locker room, and like shit's.
But the But the thing is this. It's not like Rodgers is a bad guy.
He's not a bad guy.
Like Antonio Brown did some bad shit.
Yeah.
Roethlisberger did some like bad shit.
Yeah.
Rodgers hasn't really done anything like bad.
That's not what I'm saying. Like he's not a bad guy. I'm just saying like the personal leaves, the like irresponsibility, like that stuff. Like
That's Pittsburgh, dude. That's what they want. That's what they breed over there. Not trying to like be an asshole, but like I can name 5 players who have been like that with them.
Le'Veon,
Antonio, Martavis, Roethlisberger had his own issues, dude. Like just think about Pickens. Pickens is another one, dude. Like
Pickens, yeah.
Like they've had their own shit. Believe me.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I feel like, but like you've dealt with it for so long though. That's what I don't see. Like it has to come to a point where like management or the coach has got to be like enough is enough. What runs through my head every time it was when Rob got drafted. Rob Gronkowski got drafted, and right away when Belichick didn't like something, he goes, "We got to shut that down right now." Like, we gotta, like, contain an ego. I think that's what they lack. I think they lack a coach or someone in management who is just, like, not really that enforcing. I mean, the Steelers have been successful. They are one of the successful franchises in the NFL. But at the same time, like, I feel like with the irresponsibility and all the other crap that they deal with, it's just, like, tarnishing to a reputation, you know? It's like, they're a franchise with the most championships in the league. They've never really had a rebuild year. Maybe one. The last time I remember them having a rebuild year.
Not a very long time.
Yeah,
no.
not a very long.
Not since I've remembered.
Yeah, I can't remember them having a rebuild year. Every year they're either a playoff team or just competitive. So it's just, I don't know what they have to deal with. I mean, if I were a general manager's shoes dealing with a team like that, I think I'd just enforce heavy rules. Maybe force Aaron Rodgers not to hibernate in a cave. Or, like, force him to actually come to training camp and practice and OTAs and shit like that.
They said he's reporting to OTAs next week.
Really?
Yeah.
So, he was too good for the Jets, though, right?
He'll be, yeah, well.
Yeah.
You are the Jets, so.
I don't know. Fucking ridiculous. But anyway, yeah. I want to see Pittsburgh this year. It's going to be exciting. I want to see how they deal with Rodgers and the whole offensive situations and, like, how they're going to change their schemes in regards to DK and Aaron. I don't know. DK's a 1v1 guy. Aaron Rodgers likes to sling the ball deep, so
It'd be good for DK. DK's the real winner of this.
I know, yeah. I think DK's gonna have a year now that he has Aaron throwing him the ball. So,
Should be exciting.
Steelers just dealing with crap. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, it's the off season, so teams want to sign and trade guys, and everybody wants the best for their buck.
There's also no other quarterback, dude. What other quarterback was a free agent at this time?
Yeah. Especially with a reputation like Rodgers, really, like none.
Nobody.
Yeah. So, I don't know. In regards to acquiring players, it's the off season, and players lose value and gain value. And, sports, it's a business. Like, teams and managers and owners want the best for their buck. So, this is called stock up and stock down. This is where we're going to go over players who've either played, pretty either below average or, like, had a rough year, or players who, showed progress and had a great year. So, Christian, we're going to just go back and forth. And I wrote a couple guys down. You wrote a couple guys down. What do you got first?
I'll start with NBA.
Okay.
I mean, maybe this is some recency bias, but overall, he's a great basketball player. Pascal Siakam is trending upwards, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He's had a phenomenal year, man. I mean, he's the Pacers' second best all-around player next to Halliburton.
Yeah.
I mean, he can shoot well, grabs boards, passes the ball really well. Siakam's just a great overall player, so definitely is trending up. I mean, he's really showed out this postseason.
I mean, my next player is also going to be an NBA athlete. I think he's still a phenomenal player in the league. He just has been having a couple rough seasons. I'm going Zach LaVine. He's still an athletic guy. I feel like he can still jump the way he used to. He's added a consistent 3-ball to his arsenal, but I just think he's put in positions where teams he's on aren't just built for success. He's not really a one option. Even though I feel like he has that one option potential. He's been playing behind DeRozan for a while. I think I think if he really wanted to, he could bounce back and have himself a good year. But I'm not saying he's trending downward. I'm saying like it's steadily going down. It's not like his value's not spiraling downward. I think he could be a good piece for the Knicks, even if they invested in him, if they wanted to. I know it's not the direction they could go or should go, but
Yeah.
he would like if I'm a Knicks fan or like I feel like Zach LaVine isn't like a bad player. I feel like any fan would be hyped if they're like, oh shoot, we got Zach LaVine, look who we got. But like I feel like for those who actually pay attention could understand why you see him trending downward, but very quickly in the snap of a finger he could be trending upward. So
I agree.
yeah, that's my guy for Zach LaVine.
All right, so now I'm gonna move to NHL.
Okay.
This sucks because I'm a Rangers guy.
Okay. Same.
But
okay. And
I
he's
have
trending
Mika,
down.
I have Mika Zibanejad trending down.
Okay.
He had an absolutely, I mean,
He had a horrible year.
he had a really bad year this year.
Yeah.
I mean, his one-timer didn't look the same.
He didn't even shoot it.
I mean, he didn't even, he's like afraid to shoot the puck half the time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the Mika that we've had the last 5 years, man.
No, it wasn't. I agree with you.
I mean, he's really been down, but I mean, I don't know what the Rangers are gonna do with him this offseason.
Do you know what disappoints me? The Four Nations face-off balled out for Sweden.
Yeah, I know.
Absolutely went nuts for Sweden. Even in the international hockey tournament that they recently had, he balled out for Sweden. He was Sweden's leading goal scorer for the Four Nations and for this past coming tournament. If we have to put Mika Zibanejad in a Swedish jersey for the rest of the year, I'd fucking do it. If that's what it takes.
I 100% agree, dude. It's
if that's what it takes for us to get our Mika back, like.
And I don't even know if it's like the pieces around him. I mean, the only thing that really changed was JT was at center,
and it was an upgrade.
And it was I was gonna say it was an upgrade.
We put Mika on the left side for his one timer, and like he got productive again. Like he produced.
Yeah, towards the end, yeah, dude. But we needed to win. But we needed to really win between. What was it? November and January, and he was terrible.
The Rangers have this pattern of when the season starts from October to the beginning of January, they either win or lose really close games, and then January to about mid-March, they start to like really tone in.
Give you hope again.
Yeah, give you hope, right? So like, I want to go back to 2021, 2022, great year for the Rangers. The beginning of the year, they were winning really tight games. They were coming back like crazy. They were winning overtime games. They were really winning games 4-3, 3-2. They were winning really close games. Then you saw beginning of January to middle of March, we were blowing teams away 5-3, which I mean it's not like a lot, but like we were winning then 5-2. I remember we beat a team 8-2 once. I think
smoking teams.
Yeah, we were just blowing teams out. But now it's like I just think there's a dynamic changing, and I don't know if it's the core guys. I hope it's not the core guys. But when your core guys aren't scoring and you have to rely on guys like Will Cooley, who's a great player, I love Will Cooley, but when Will Cooley's filling in for Mika Zibanejad, who's supposed to be your stud, and you're paying him.
And Cooley's like a second-year player, too.
Yeah, I think there's a problem.
There's an issue. I agree.
Yeah. I'm going to stick on the Rangers road here. This pisses me off because I've been, he's my fan favorite. He's not my favorite, but he's definitely my fan favorite. I also went trending downward here. I went Chris Kreider. I recently heard on a Rangers Town podcast that Chris Kreider, age isn't catching up to him. They just think he had like a bad year, but like the whole team, I think the whole team in itself had a bad year.
Yeah,
I really don't think Chris Kreider was the reason why they had a bad year, and they're highlighting the point like, how do you go on to score 52 goals in a year and then you go on to have this kind of year? If you think about 2 seasons ago to now, I think Chris Kreider, he's still one of the best guys we have, for sure. I'll debate that. I'll debate anybody on that.
I agree. He's
one of the best. He's like a top 5 player we have. He's the best. I believe he's the best net front guy on a power play in the league. I still believe that no matter what numbers he puts up, he's great. The whole it's not just Chris. Like if you see the way Chris plays, he played the same exact way in 21 and 22 to now.
Man,
He gets in deep on the forecheck. He's the fastest skater we have. Like, teams, like, orchestrate their defense around containing Chris Kreider, and it works. They don't let him in front of the net because they know he's a dangerous weapon deflecting pucks. Like, the whole team just had a bad year. And, yes, it looks bad on Chris Kreider. That's why his value's trending downward, because he is one of the vets. I don't even think he's a vet. He's just the longest tenured on that team. I don't
nah,
think
he's a vet, dude.
You believe Chris Kreider's a vet?
Yeah, dude. Bro, he was on that 2014 team, bro.
Yeah.
Think about it, bro. That was 11 years ago. That's to me. That's a vet.
He is old. I mean, a vet to me is 15 plus.
He's close, dude.
I'd consider vet. He is close. Anyway, he's the longest tenured, and it does look bad just because he's been there the longest. But overall, that whole team just played. I believe the only consistent player that did follow up with his numbers was Artemi Panarin. But
no, I would say Panarin had a good year. Cooley had a good year.
Yeah,
Schneider had a decent year.
Schneider.
But he was our best defender by far. Fox was terrible. Keandre, don't get me fucking started. Nah, they need help though, dude. Like we gotta be real here. Like the Rangers need help on the defensive side of the puck.
They needed help on the defensive side of the puck in 21 and 22.
But they don't have, bro. They don't have a real defender. Like, say what the fuck you want about Jacob Trouba. He was a real defender.
No, he held his own out there on the blue line.
He wasn't afraid to lay somebody out. Same with Reeves, bro. Our defenders are pussies.
But what I think like what I was saying, the dynamic was changing, and I think it's in the middle of changing. I think the Rangers were more involved on stick play than on man-to-man body play. But the thing is, Adam Fox is stick play defenseman. Braden Schneider, I think he's balanced. He'll hit you, and he'll let you feel it. But
no, Schneider's tough.
Stick play, yeah, that's what he's tough. Keandre Miller, stick play, but he doesn't really hit. He'll just he'll go for stick play. Zach Jones, stick play. Vakanainen, stick play. Like, all these defensemen who just don't really,
bro, it's just
into anyone, if you know what I'm saying. Like,
listen,
it's just tough to watch.
It is so incredibly hard to watch the Rangers because I remember watching a game earlier this year where they had a playoff spot on the line. They were 2 points out, and they went to go play the Kings in L.A. And I remember very vividly watching this game. The Rangers have had no heart the entire game. They did not push the puck on the forecheck at all. They can't defend. They can't do shit. It was like they were immobile. They are so brutally hard to watch this season. They need to change it around, or else I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. I'm gonna fucking lose my mind, dude. Like, they were so just. It's not even like they were bad. They were okay. But it was embarrassing to watch, and obviously Laviolette took the fall for it, even though I don't think it was entirely his fault.
I don't even know why he got. I mean, happy we got Sullivan, but he shouldn't have been fired in the first place.
No, I mean, Sullivan will be a really great coach for the Rangers.
I think so too, but it's just you can't blame Peter Laviolette and what happened this year. So.
I mean, listen, Sullivan's a really recognized coach in this league. He's won multiple Stanley Cups. Obviously, the team that he's had they've been crazy, with Sid, Gino, Letang, and Fleury. I mean, those Penguins teams were absolutely insane, but. Maybe he can help change this Rangers lineup around. I mean, I'm excited for this year. I was excited for this past year too, but obviously we didn't get it done or even make the playoffs. But maybe this season coming up we can get a change around with Sully's offense and kind of see if we can turn this shit around.
I mean, I just want to go back. I remember watching that game. I remember Henrik and Igor. I believe Igor was way more athletic than Henrik Lundqvist. But Henrik Lundqvist just had this defense around him that if you were in Henrik's eyesight, you were blocking that puck.
Well, I was gonna say Henrik's defense was who? It was
Dan Schneider. No, it wasn't. No, it was Dan Girardi.
Yeah, I would say it was
Mark
Girardi.
Stahl, Ron McDonough.
Yeah, dude.
It was a Keith Yandel. Like it was a ton of top tier
Dude,
defensive talent.
their first two defensive lines like weren't afraid to fucking run into you and
Yeah,
not give a fucking
they
kill you.
were.
Like they
They
did
would.
not care.
Henrik Lundqvist still owes Dan Girardi. He'd be like, yeah, like he blocked so many pucks that could have been goals in my career. Like, I think the Rangers, they're really just relying on Igor half the time, and he's an amazing goalie. Love him. Glad he signed an 8-year extension is huge. I'm proud he's here, but the Rangers need to think long term. You're gonna wear him out if you don't freaking sign somebody that can
Yeah,
actually do
no.
their job. Like, you know what I mean? So
How old was Hank when he retired?
I don't know.
He wasn't that old though.
He
He
wasn't
was,
that.
bro. He was worn
It was
out.
just heart problems. He was just worn out.
Oh
I
yeah, and he
think
also he did have heart issues, but
yeah.
Shesterkin's not going to be able to play another.
He's not going to
Fucking,
play another 4 years the
he's not
way
going
we
to play another
expect him
5 years the way he's been playing with the
Yeah,
with the shit that he takes, bro.
with the
Bro,
defense
he's
we
got
have.
35 saves a game, bro.
That's no, he can't. He can't.
He's taking
sustain
like
that.
40 shots and like 37 saves a game. Like you can't do that every night for 82.
That's ridiculous. You can't expect that out of a goalie with the defense you have. I'm sorry.
No, but hopefully the Rangers pick it up this year. So to move on, I have one more player that's trending down. He's trended down this past year. He's been alright like the past few years, but you know, in his last season on the Raiders, like
Yeah.
I mean, he was great in general. Devontae Adams.
Okay.
I have him trending down.
Down.
Yeah, down. I
Okay.
mean, I guess he started trending down when he came to the Jets. I mean,
Every athlete trends down when they come to the fucking Jets, bro. I could have told you that, bro. It's been
No.
I've been miserable for like ever. I could have told you that. Every
Yeah, but-
athlete trends downward when you go play for the Jets, bro.
I know, dude, but everyone's like, "Oh my God, Rodgers is his quarterback. Like, this is gonna be awesome." And like, to be honest, like I was kind of on that train too. I'm like, "Shit, this is awesome. Like, they're gonna be able to play together again. Like, they have like an okay offensive line. Like, maybe like Rodgers could sling it, bro. What do you have? Like 2 touchdown catches?
I know that shit was gonna be a joke when he was already pulling this crap, trying to bring his O line over, and even our O line efficiency decreased after he pulled all that crap. It wasn't gonna work out.
Yeah, no.
So, yeah,
But
that's
I
all
had-
can say with
I
this
have-
year with the Jets.
I have Tay Adams. I have him trending down. Where is he now? LA. Where is he now?
Yeah, he's with the Rams right now. He's trending down.
All
He
right.
has Sean
He's got-
McVay there.
He's got Stafford tossing him the ball.
Yeah, he has McVay. He has a high IQ coach.
So he's got a really good coach, a really offensive minded coach. I know he's old, but Stafford's his QB, so maybe he can turn it around this year. George, what do you got for your last one?
I mean, just on Devontae Adams, I think yeah, it's down right now, but that's just because of the year he had with the Jets. He's still an amazing wide receiver. Any athlete's year with the Jets, it's obviously going to lower your value, but given that what you've done, I think if you look at what he's done in the NFL, any team would want to have him. So I think if the Rams are successful, his value will increase. I'm going to go with, I think, keeping in the Jets loop, I'm gonna go with Justin Fields, and it's gonna sound like I'm a biased Jets fan. I'm not biased. I'm just depressed, but I don't want it to make it seem biased. I'm going Justin Fields solely because he was the Bears quarterback with an average time in the pocket of 2.8 seconds.
Poor bastard.
Yeah, poor guy, and he still proved that he could ball out, and he was an upcoming star in the NFL. Then he goes to the Steelers, that has really had offensive line problems, even though it doesn't seem like it. I mean,
Their offensive line was okay.
yeah, it was okay. I don't know, like ESPN was like, "Oh, their offensive line isn't what it used to be," but it's like
Bullshit.
It's the Steelers, like it's fine. They'll figure shit out. Anyway, he goes 4-2, only throwing 2 interceptions in that time. He gets benched for some reason. I don't know what. The Steelers on Russell Wilson. Anyway, they get the job done. He is a quarterback with a ton of potential, and I know I just said that each player that goes and plays for the Jets, their value is projected to decrease, but overall, that poor kid played behind an offensive line that was basically made out of Swiss cheese. He had no time in the pocket. He's completely an athletic runner. He always talks about tucking the ball and running, and teams still can't stop him. Every time he was like, either in an interview or like...
No, he's got a cannon too, bro.
Yeah, he has a hell of an arm, and he's going back. He has Rutgers, Ohio State, Garrett Wilson, Ohio State. He has a great running back in Breece Hall. I mean, Breece Hall didn't have a great year, but he also has Braylon Allen, who runs harder, runs just as fast as Breece, and weighs 30 more pounds. And Braylon Allen would run through anything. So I think he has a ton of weapons. I also believe that he knows what it takes to win. He's right in his prime. So I hopefully, we go. If the Jets make a playoff run, even if we lose the first game, or if it's to the AFC title game, which we probably won't go to.
No.
I'm still throwing a fucking parade. Sue me. I'll shut down all of Bethpage and I'll run a parade. I really don't care. So yeah, I just have Justin Fields trending upward.
It's not bad. I agree. What we got next, George?
So I thought this would be fun. We really didn't talk about baseball yet. So, it's kind of young. Baseball's really not that hot right now. I mean, the Red Sox and the Yankees are kind of kick things off. I mean, best rivalry in sports. So for us, and mainly for you because you're the baseball guy here, I thought we'd do a little draft. The top baseball players, what we do by position. So we're going to do starting pitcher, relief pitcher, closing pitcher, and then the remaining positions with the designated hitter. Is that fine?
Yeah, that's good.
Word. All right, so... All right. I'm going to let you pick first just because, I want to be the nice guy. So I'll let you pick first.
My team's going to smoke you anyways. It don't matter.
You already thought of a team? I wrote this shit down an hour before we recorded.
Easy.
Okay. All right.
Our starting pitcher is the greatest pitcher of all time.
Okay.
It's Nolan Ryan.
Okay.
He's thrown 7 no-hitters.
Okay.
The only thing is he's never won a Cy Young.
Okay.
But it doesn't matter. He was throwing 101 in the 1970s and 80s and 90s. I mean, dude, that's the greatest pitcher of all time, and it's not even close. The greatest starting pitcher of all time, it's Nolan Ryan.
Okay. So, you kind of mentioned him. My starting pitcher pick is Cy Young, one of the best pitchers in the game. Has an award after him that your starting pitcher didn't win. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much all I need.
Cy Young pitched to plumbers.
Okay.
Nolan Ryan pitched to the greatest baseball players ever.
Okay. All right. We'll see about that. All right, keep going.
All right, bro.
Who's your relief?
All right, my relief pitcher is Trevor Hoffman, the second greatest relief pitcher ever.
Okay.
Probably had the coldest, entrance song ever.
Which was?
Hell's Bells by AC/DC.
Okay. Oh, sick. All right. All right.
I mean, absolute dog.
I went your guy. I went Nolan Ryan as my relief pitcher.
It's bullshit. It wasn't a reliever.
Bro, but like
I mean, he relieved games, dude. But like, he was okay. Whatever. I'll give it to you. It don't matter.
Exactly.
Fine.
Thank you. All right. Who's your closer?
The greatest closer ever, Mo.
Okay.
Mariano Rivera. I don't even have to go into detail. It's the greatest closer ever. He's got the all-time saves record through one of the nastiest pitches ever.
Believe you. Alrighty. My closer, Aroldis Chapman. Hear me out.
Like Reds Aroldis Chapman?
Yes. Okay. Hear me out. In the past, Aroldis Chapman's been known for his late game efforts, but on the Reds, he's really 3 guys walked up, 3 guys went right back to the dugout when Aroldis was on the mound. 3 came up, he sat 3, so especially with the Reds, he was pitching 102.
What is ERA? It was sub 1 at one point.
So yeah, it was but what was his fastest pitch was 103?
No, he hit 105, I think.
105? All right.
That was one singular pitch though.
That's all I need though. Yeah, well, I'm saying his fastball reaches 102, 101.
Yeah, no, he was sitting 101 at one point.
Yeah, so yeah.
I mean, absolutely insane.
Aroldis, that's why I'm taking Aroldis Chapman.
The Cuban Missile.
Wait, hold on. Never mind. No. No. I'm good at my pitching right now.
You want me to go first for position players?
Yeah, another pitcher came to my head, but no, I'm just gonna leave it as it is.
All right, I'm gonna start with catcher.
Okay.
Yogi Berra is my starting catcher.
Oh, okay. All right.
10 World Series rings.
Not bad.
To me, he's the best catcher ever, even though he played in the 50s.
Oh yeah.
Yogi Berra.
Even though he played plumbers, right?
Dude, Cy Young played in the 20s, dude.
Yeah, what I thought, bro.
Yogi Berra played against Jackie Robinson.
Okay.
Dude, Cy Young played against Cy Young played like your great-great-grandparents weren't even born when Cy Young played.
Bro, my great-great-grandparents weren't even in the country when Cy Young was playing baseball. What are you talking about, bro?
You're proving my point.
All right, my fault, bro.
Cy Young played against the blind and the deaf.
All right, bro. All right, bro.
I mean, my God, dude. I could probably go 5 for 5 against Cy Young.
All right. Really? Really?
I would put money on it.
All right. We'll do our research and we'll figure shit out.
Okay.
We're gonna find a way to.
Well, yeah, we're gonna
Cy
find a
Young.
way to simulate me versus Cy Young. And we're gonna see. Okay.
Absolutely. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, because Cy Young throwing 98 my ass. MLB The Show bullshit. Get the fuck out of here.
All right. So
It's fucking bullshit.
My catcher, I went Posada. Jorge Posada.
That's tough. He was my number 3. If I wasn't gonna pick him or the other guy, I was gonna pick Jorge.
Yeah, Jorge Posada. He slugs the ball. He's one of the catchers in the league that I believe can slug the shit out of a ball, or not even in the league, just all time that can slug the ball.
I agree.
So
Switch hitter.
So yeah, that's huge. That's huge too. Especially with the Yankee short porch that he's used to, and then other ballparks and their dimensions. And yeah,
He's one of my he's one of my favorites ever.
Yeah, I took Jorge.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites ever. All right, now what are we on a first baseman?
Yeah.
Give me the Iron Horse. Give me Lou Gehrig. Lou Gehrig's the best first baseman ever.
Okay.
I mean, his hitting stats were better than Ruth's.
Okay.
But nobody fucking talks about that. And he played against
They
better.
were better. They were better.
I mean, dude, greatest hitting first baseman ever. One of the greatest hitting players ever.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, dog, dude. I mean, so yeah, I'm gonna go with Lou Gehrig.
I went Bryce Harper.
For what? Your all-time first baseman, you picked Bryce Harper.
Yeah. Who was I gonna pick?
Dude, dude, what? All time?
I went Bryce
You
Harper.
picked him?
Yeah.
Dude, I can name 5 players that would fucking smoke him.
Here we go. All right, go for it, bro. Go for it.
Okay, Frank Thomas,
Okay. The Big Hurt.
Albert Pujols.
Okay, yeah, Albert Pujols is a good one. Okay, you're right.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Let me think. Who else can I name?
I'm riding high. I'm going for deep balls here. I'm not really going for
All right.
any style points, but like Bryce Harper.
Yeah, but deep balls. What, dude? Frank Thomas is like, dude. That dude was fucking like 330 pounds and hit fucking tanks.
Okay, he's the Big Hurt for a reason.
Yes, that's.
All right, whatever.
All right, keep it. No. Keep going.
No. I need a healthy, consistent team that's gonna win 162 games. I don't need this injury crap in the middle of the year. None of this DJ LeMayu shit where you're back or you're not. I need a consistent team. I went.
You think? Oh my God.
I went. Yeah, I went the way I was going. And
All right, so you pick Bryce Harper. He's your first baseman.
Absolutely.
You probably don't even know who my second baseman is.
I have an idea. Who's your second baseman?
You've definitely never even heard of this guy.
Who is it?
Rogers Hornsby.
Never heard of this. Never heard of that guy in my life.
Rogers Hornsby
Word.
played in the
Where am I?
1930s.
Okay.
The
So
greatest.
a plumber.
Oh my
Don't even
God!
talk to
Stop.
me about
There's a
the
Stop. No.
Get the fuck out of here, bro. Don't talk to me about a plumber and then you're gonna bring in the
He has-
1930s idiot.
He has like the greatest hitting stats ever for a second baseman.
Against the plumbers, right?
All right, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah, dude. But
That's my argument with Cy Young. You can't just. All right, whatever.
all right, whatever. But still, right? Okay.
Okay.
But Cy Young being your greatest pitcher of all time, dude. You could have picked like you picked.
I'll
Okay.
take Trevor Bauer next time then.
Who?
Trevor Bauer. I'll pick him next time then. If that's what you're really like.
Dude, like, I'm trying to think, like who is, dude, like Oral Hershiser, Sammy Koufax, like,
Koufax would have been a good
Sandy
one.
Koufax was like nuts.
Koufax would have been a good one. My bad.
All right, whatever. I picked Rogers fucking Hornsby. My backup was Joe Morgan. Do you know who that is?
No.
You know who Joe Morgan is? All right, he played for the Reds. He was a good player.
Word. All right. You know who my second baseman is?
Robinson Cano.
No, he was my 2 though. Yo, you're like reading my mind. But seriously, do you know who my second baseman
who
is?
is it?
Ty Cobb.
Ty Cobb's your second baseman?
Yeah.
I'm going to fact check this because I think he played the outfield.
I can throw him anywhere. He's Ty Cobb.
There's no way. I think Ty Cobb's a left fielder.
I'm throwing him at second.
Ty Cobb is a fucking center fielder, dude.
And
He played center field, left field, and right field, dude. Like what? Like, did you just pull these names out of your ass?
Absolutely. Like I just typed in players with the best slugging percentages.
Are you kidding me? He's not even a fucking second baseman.
Dude, it's not rocket science to play second base. The ball comes to you and you toss it to first. You don't need to ping a laser.
Not when the ball's hitting you 95 an hour.
And he'll get it, bro.
Yeah, okay. Ty Cobb played in the 1920s. He's going to take a ground ball from fucking Aaron Judge. Give me a break. Stop. Their gloves didn't even work back then. They were fucking cardboard boxes.
Hey, your first baseman is literally a goat with the same shitty glove that Ty Cobb is going to use. Your second baseman also has the same shitty glove that Ty Cobb will use. I think Ty Cobb is a winner. He has that Jordan mentality, according to all the other legends in the game, that he was a bum to deal with. I think I'm picking Ty Cobb solely on he wants to win. I think he has the skill to be a second baseman, and he slugs the shit out of the baseball. So
okay, all right.
That's
whatever.
where I'm going. That's where I'm going.
All right, my third baseman is George Brett.
Oh, you skipped short? You went right to third?
Yeah, I did third then short.
I'll go third then next time. Who was your third baseman?
George Brett.
George Brett. All right.
Multiple-time MVP winner.
Word. All right.
Probably the best player of his generation.
Word.
Great player. Played for a really good team in Kansas City, so go with George Brett.
Word. I went Mike Schmidt for third base.
That's solid.
I mean,
He was my 2.
yeah, I went Schmidt. Great slugging percentage. Like I said, I'm going for the fucking wall. I'm not here to load bases.
Well, at least Mike Schmidt plays third base.
Yeah, so, yeah, that's why I went Mike Schmidt.
All right, my shortstop is Cal Ripken Jr.
Oh, that's a fucking good pick, bro.
He's played the most games in a row ever.
Yeah.
Like over 1,000 or whatever it was. He's the Iron Man, bro. That is Iron Man.
Shit.
Great fielder, great hitter, great
Okay.
overall player. So, Cal's my shortstop.
Valid.
Well, let me guess, you picked Jeter.
Absolutely. I picked Derek Jeter
Okay.
on the shortstop. I mean, growing up, just seeing Derek and his leadership, I mean, he doesn't really slug the ball, and he doesn't really go for the fence, but he gets on base. He finds the gaps. Every time I've watched a baseball game, Derek Jeter was hitting a gap line driver to get on. So he's probably gonna be my leadoff guy. He's probably gonna be my team's captain. So I mean, he's probably gonna get the job done whenever it's got to get done, and that's why I picked Derek. Just growing up and seeing it in person too, like I completely believe in Derek. So yeah,
Derek's solid.
yeah,
It's a good pick. Now going with my left fielder,
yeah.
the greatest baseball player of all time,
Oh,
Barry fucking Bonds.
Barry fucking Bonds.
Is Barry Bonds not the GOAT? Hold on, tell me, is Barry Bonds not the greatest baseball player ever?
I don't know about Barry Bonds. I mean,
What?
I mean,
You don't think
I'd
you
say-
don't hold on, wait, hold on. You don't think Barry Bonds is the greatest baseball player ever?
Well, ever's a longevity thing. I don't know about ever. There's a ton of the MLB has a very rich history. I don't know about ever.
Who's better than Barry Bonds?
In what aspect?
Everything. Okay, tell me, who's a better hitter than Barry Bonds?
Ken Griffey for sure.
Oh my God, you're stupid.
Over Barry Bonds, I'll take Ken Griffey's bat over.
You would
Ken
take
Griffey Jr. Ken Griffey Jr. I'll take his bat over Barry Bonds.
Ken Griffey Jr.'s hitting over Barry fucking Bonds.
Absolutely.
Oh, you're stupid.
Absolutely. What? I've seen both their highlights. Barry Bonds, great. But I just like Ken Griffey overall, just with the bat in general, with the skill in general. It's a skill thing. I'll take Ken Griffey.
It's a skill thing. He's got the most home runs in history. What the fuck do you mean it's a skill thing?
I mean, yeah, and it's great, but it's just, I think when it comes down to it, and like situation wise, I don't know. Ken Griffey.
Bottom of the 9, 2 outs, bases loaded. Bonds or Griffey?
Ken Griffey Jr. I'm.
Oh my God! You need to be fucking medicated.
All
That
right.
is fucking terrible.
All right, Ash. Word.
My left fielder is Barry Bonds. Who's
Okay,
yours?
word. My left fielder. Where the fuck that right left field? Oh, I put HF. All right, my left looks like an H. Anyway, my left fielder. Guess.
I have no idea.
You're gonna. I think you're gonna explode.
You picked fucking Bryce Harper as your first baseman, so I can wonder who your left fielder is.
Guess.
What are the initials?
J. That's first letter.
What's last?
D.
I have no idea.
Jason Dominguez?
Dude, are you serious?
Bro, he's just my favorite player right now, so I'll put him on there. Jason Dominguez, the Martian. I think he can learn a lot from these like young guys. Really, I'm trying to build a winning franchise here. I want Jason Dominguez to be my next guy up. So I'm gonna put him in a young position. I expect him to perform well. He's gonna get a ton of leadership advice from all these great guys. Being a Yankee himself, he can easily just relay off Jeter and. So yeah, I put Jason Dominguez in at left field. So hopefully in the longevity aspect of things, everything will work out. But yeah, that's where I went.
That is fucking terrible. Okay. My center fielder is Mickey Mantle.
Okay. Word.
I mean, Mickey Mantle is the second greatest player of all time. So.
Okay. Behind the Plumbers, right?
Yeah.
Oh, word. Okay. Word.
Obviously.
Word. Yeah. Whatever. All right. I went Ken Griffey Jr.
Okay. Yeah, that's solid.
Now it's solid. It was a problem last time, but now it's solid.
No, dude, it's fine, but he's not better than Barry Bonds.
Okay. You're not looking at a team aspect of things here. Okay.
They used to walk Barry Bonds with the bases loaded.
Okay. Same with Griffey.
No, bro.
Yeah,
They were so afraid to pitch to Barry Bonds.
Okay.
They walked him with the bases loaded. He was
they sacrificed the run.
No.
Okay.
He was so fucking scary that they've walked him with the bases loaded, dude. I don't know if you can't get that to your fucking thick skull.
I got it to the skull.
That is the greatest fucking player ever, and it's not close.
Okay, Ash.
But yes, Griffey should be on the all-time center fielder list. I agree with that.
Okay. Word. Right.
So Griffey, I agree with. Fine.
Who's your right fielder, bro?
Babe Ruth.
Oh, okay. All right.
I really shouldn't have to explain it, but
I mean, strikeout rate is kind of high, though.
it's still Babe Ruth. Do not tell me you have Aaron Judge there.
I don't have. All right. As much of a Yankee glazer I am, I don't have Aaron Judge.
You picked Jason Dominguez over Aaron Judge.
For a longevity thing in left fucking field.
All right. I pick
I'm
Ruth.
trying to build a winning franchise here. It's a longevity thing. If you want to burn your core out, great. I'm going for a full longevity thing.
All right. Who's your right fielder?
All right. Ready? He's an all-time guy. You've definitely heard of him. Guess. And it's not Aaron Judge.
What are his initials?
C.
C what? I'm not going to...
C.
CC. When did he play?
Now.
CC.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea.
I went Corbin Carroll. We need speed on the bases. We can't just rely on Jeter to get on. Jeter batted number 2 his whole career. I'm gonna keep him there. We need Corbin on the bags. He's a speed guy. I expect him to be our speed guy. So yeah, I went Corbin Carroll just to lead us off, and then get Jeter on, and then I'm gonna have the big bats come through for us, and then everything.
All right. That's a questionable pick, but okay.
Questionable pick.
All right. Now
It's
for
a speed guy with a whole career ahead of him who's bowling
out
out
of
right now.
every MLB player in the history that has played in the fucking league, you picked Corbin Carroll.
For a longevity purpose, I'm trying to build a team that will consistently win. I'm not trying to build an all-star team. That'll burn out in a fucking year.
You can pick 3 players that are better than Corbin Carroll that actively play right field.
That's crazy.
Oh my God, Juan Soto, Aaron Judge.
Okay, Juan Soto can't catch a fly ball on the run, so I don't know what.
Oh my God.
What you're trying to talk.
All right, whatever.
Aaron Judge, low-key, pressure moments aren't really his thing. I mean, we could look back to the World Series.
And Corbin Carroll lost the World Series too.
Okay. He's still a speed guy I'd have on the bags. I already have a shit ton of slugging, Ash.
Yeah, if he could hit the fucking ball.
Alright. He can hit the ball. If you got Plumbers pitching to him, then he'll hit the freaking ball.
Nolan Ryan's not a fucking plumber.
All right, bro.
Cy Young, my team is going to fucking spank him.
Okay.
All right, DH, last position. This guy's going to especially spank Cy Young. David Ortiz.
David Ortiz.
Give me Big Poppy. Fucking
Big.
the fucking Dominican Rocket. Give me him.
I went a guy who definitely slugs out. I didn't put him in right solely to have Corbin Carroll. I did put Aaron Judge as my designated hitter.
All right, it's respectable.
He recently put Babe Ruth, respectfully, he broke the American League record for home runs. He's just an overall guy, slugs the ball, comes up clutch, I put Aaron Judge in at DH. He really can't.
That's solid.
He doesn't have speed on the bags, but I still really would rely on his bat when I need to. So I put Aaron Judge there.
All right, guys. So in the comments of our YouTube video, please let us know whose team would win, George's team or my team.
No, my team would spank the shit out of
All
you.
right, whatever. Now going on to our last segment, we have our sports play of the day segment called Bet the House.
Word.
So I was so stupid by saying, don't bet on, the NBA Finals. If you bet on, the Pacers, God bless you, you have balls of steel. It's awesome.
I remember last episode, I was like, yo, if you're in Indiana, put your mortgage on the Pacers, bro.
Dude, honestly, I was so against picking the Pacers, but, now, what the fuck?
What the fuck do I do?
All right. We're doing hockey tonight, guys. Tonight's parlay.
Okay.
We're going to be betting on the Stanley Cup Final, Game 2. So tonight, we got under 6.5 goals.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it's going to be a little bit more defensive tonight.
Yeah.
A lot more forecheck. A lot of pucks getting stuck on the boards. I'm going to go with that.
Yeah.
We'll go under 6.5 goals. We're going to go with Bennett, 2+ shots.
Yeah.
We're going to go Leon, 2+ shots. Our two goal scorers are getting 2+ shots right there. We're going to go Connor McDavid also with 2+ shots. I think Draisaitl is going to be covered a lot more than he was in Game 1, which is going to open up McDavid to more passing lanes and more shooting lanes. So I didn't pick a winner for tonight. It's really up in the air. Florida's good on the road. Edmonton's great at home, so it's kind of a toss-up as we saw in Game 1. But those are the plays of today. And yeah, I think that's all we have for today. Thank you for tuning in to Rush the Core Episode 2. If you look at our Instagram, we're going to start doing an episode on Monday and an episode on Friday.
Fan takes should be covered every Monday.
Yes.
If you don't see fan takes here, don't get alarmed.
Yeah, so
Yo,
our fan take Fridays is currently on our Instagram story, so definitely go put in a hot take on our Instagram story, and we will react to the best ones on Monday. But for now, that has been episode 2 of Rush the Court. Thank you for joining us.
Fan take, I'd take Kent Griffey's bat over Barry Bonds' bat, but that's just the me longevity thing. I don't think it's a.
Shut the fuck up.
I get what you're trying to do with the all-star team, but you gotta breed teams for championships. You're really not. You're just throwing guys out there that'll burn out.
How many championships has Ken Griffey won?
It's not about how many
You can't even tell me.
championships they won. It's championships they will win.
Bonds hasn't won either, but still.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm saying it's about the championships they can win. You got to set up teams for success. You can't just burn them out.
This is what I'm gonna do. We're gonna put a poll
on
the Instagram.
Yeah.
And we're gonna see who would you rather want on your team, Barry Bonds or Ken Griffey Jr.
Absolutely.
And we're gonna see how stupid George's fucking prediction is.
I mean,
because that is fucking stupid,
bro. Word.
Anyways, thank you for tuning in to episode 2 of Rush the Court. Follow us on our socials at Rush the Court Pod on Instagram. Shut up. We just launched a TikTok the other day. We're really trying to grow that. We're trying to get to 100 followers on both. We're really trying to grow both accounts. This will be on YouTube and Spotify, so go check us out on there. And keep living life and tune in on Monday. So have a good one, guys. We'll see you.
Yep, we'll see you guys.
Peace.